Aquarius. Thank you for joining me here at the Lightroom forecast today. We are doing your reading leading up to this, what is going to be a wonderful, feels very inspiring new moon in Aries on the 11th. We'll do a Celtic cross. We're looking at the central position. We're looking at the central position, the basis, what's behind you, where you're at, and moving forward. At the end, we'll get as we usually do, if you've watched these videos before, we get a journey map card from my own deck and Brian Frode's Pixie and Fairy card. And today we're getting a little star card, which is just a wee snippet. So let's get the initial central point today for beautiful Aquarius. Let's see, we need a crossing card and a basis, a crossing card and a basis for this, current situation. Okay, wow, oh my goodness. This is pretty amazing, even now. I'll just talk briefly about this and then we'll move through, clarify, keep going, keep the momentum going. You're coming out fully, not fully formed, but fully jizzed and juiced up, that's for sure. We get the Ace of Wands, this incredible gift, comes down, comes to you in your world as a gift. It is not with form as yet, but it is coming into form because we can't ignore this. We can't ignore it. As I said, we'll go through briefly. This is inspiration, creativity. It's your inner life force works with this gift. They are one and the same thing, dear Aquarius here. In this particular, at this time, and we'll go through and see, it is crossed by the Three of Swords. The card of sorrow in the Thoth deck. The Three of Swords is an understanding, even in an intellectual way. We understand what sorrow is. We as humans have felt this is a natural emotion, a feeling. It is part of life. We understand it. We understand both of these things. And the basis here of this particular scenario today, maybe you have felt a crushing of the spirit at certain times, whether it be now, in the past, projected into the future, a kind of dampening of that intensity of wand, of your spirit, of your life force. The basis of this situation, though, is the Ace of Discs. There's something on offer here. If that was the case, and we'll just keep going, the case of a dampening of the spirit because of past sorrows, we must take opportunities when they arise, when they come, and they do often come as gifts, dear Aquarius. The Ace of Discs is like the ultimate doorway of abundance here. I see it, though, quite keenly connected to that Ace of Wands. What's in the past for lovely airy Aquarius, please? What's behind Aquarius at this time? Just want one card. What's behind Aquarius at this time? Wow. We get the Magician, the Magus in the Thoth deck. We get Hermes, Mercury, Tahuti, the Messenger, the ability to take these gifts, to bring them down earthing them in this. Oh, God, I'm getting a bit carried away, aren't I? Where's my little clip gone? Oh, here it is. Sorry, I hope that didn't. I'm having a few issues with the old microphone. I need to look. The magician is an adept at bringing these gifts down. In a metaphorical sense, whatever way you want to look at it, we're drawing things down. We're actually able to bring them into form in the material world with the magician. The magician has everything he or she needs to do this. Now we need to put sorrow in its place, and I need to keep moving here, right? So it's amazing to have the magician behind you, because it would suggest that something pretty damn amazing is happening right now for you beautiful Aquarians. Current position for Aquarius, please. Current position for Aquarius. You know, often the magician card does come out in these Aquarian wow readings. We get 2 cards. Current position, we have moving into a new cycle for sure. It would appear to be that, yeah, we understand the sorrows of the past, but we also understand that the magician came to us and said, bing, here's another tool. Look at what you can do. Beautiful Aquarius. We get the new portal opening. We're entering this, and who's entering it? The Fool. No baggage on this doody and dudette. No baggage. Nothing like that. Fully embracing this whole new cycle, and that is what is happening at this current time in this reading. Let's see, moving forward for beautiful Aquarius, moving forward. Hang on, there's too many. Far too many. Far too many cards. Moving forward for beautiful Aquarius at this time of this new moon here, and with this reading. I'll just get one more card. I think this is connected to, there's this connection to the past with this, and a realization that you can't ignore these gifts. The magician has cemented that feeling in you, or inseminates. It feels like a sort of insemination of an understanding. If that's, I just get that word, an insemination of understanding for you, that sorrow cannot dampen these gifts, because currently, you know, you're entering a new cycle unencumbered. I say this, I may well have just lost my train of thought. Moving forward, we get the 5 of Discs, which is a card, in a nutshell, about lack mentality, about staying out in the cold when we needn't. Look, we've all been there. We all struggle with this at times. We all struggle with this. In combination with that, we get the 9 of Wands. Traditionally, it is a card of habitual patterns, of always been in defense. But you know, Aquarius, I do see this as a kind of reckoning, as you understanding these personal habits. It could be a specific reading for someone out there. It's really general reading. But there is an understanding of that. On one side, it's like you're sitting on a fence and you can see over here all this incredible essence within yourself of the magician. And on the other side, you can see your, past patterns, particular sort of probably archetypal patterns that you have played out in your life, on the other side of the fence. But one thing you are sure of is that you're entering this incredible new cycle. It's really amazing. Let's just clarify a little bit here. I'm interested in the full. We understand the cycles of the universe, of the world card, and that cycles are beginning and ending all the time. Let's have a wee look at the full, please, for Aquarius. Can we peel back the layer a little bit? Lovely Aquarius. The full, yeah, you've embodied the full. As I said before, it's an insemination of information. We get the magician again. Because I do believe, lovely Aquarius, that we understand from the past where we've let gifts, opportunities like these aces, we've understood where we've let them go, where we've not welcomed them in. Maybe we just didn't, it wasn't the right timing, we didn't have the skills, but we certainly do now. It's really amazing. It's really amazing, Aquarius. We can't let sorrow, we can't let the memories of sorrows and past, what we feel to be failures, we can't let that stop us embracing the new and embracing new ways of doing what we do. So in that current position with the Fool, man, you can do anything at this current time. You are capable of anything in this new cycle, of which it is. I mean, it's pretty mind-boggling, I think. Moving forward, we see the habits of the past. These are habits of the past for you, beautiful Aquarius. Moving forward, just one card, please. Oh, wow. That's a few too many. Just one card, please. Look, there may have been some big things happening here. Like struggles. We speak of human nature, human lives. There's always struggles. There's always towers falling down and being rebuilt, is there not? But yes, there's hard work involved in this. There's a hell of a lot of hard work, and you've leapt over those hurdles. What we see when we look at the lack mentality, the defensive, habitual, wounded warrior cards, which you are well aware of, and you've kind of surpassed that. We see judgment, past, present, and future all at once. You understand that in order to be able to envisage the future that you want, you have had to jump those hurdles of pain and sorrow. You've had to. We all have to. We can't allow ourselves to be completely taken over by those things. And it doesn't mean that we don't forget. It means that our heart is not closed down just because of that. It's hard. It requires strength. It requires reaching out to others also. Look, this is pretty amazing. Let's get a journey map. And then a pixie and fairy. Talk about, holy crikey dick. pretty amazing. Wow, yeah, and it's probably a revelation to you too. Look, there's an internal party going on in the revelation card. This person has realized how far they have come. Good work, Aquarius. You really have entered some new corridors and highways and byways in your internal mansion, in your internal self. And some of those things you don't have to tell everyone at all. Not now, not yet. To know, to will, to dare, to be silent. Sometimes it's good to just protect a few things in their burgeoning stages. But this is like blasting into a whole new zone. This is a beautiful card. Revelation, we feel the force of life. We see our new capabilities within ourselves. And so we're kind of loving ourselves in an incremental new ways, piece by piece by piece. It is opening up chambers of our own hearts at the same time, lovely Aquarius. So pretty incredible. I mean, I'm kind of speechless. I am actually. I'm speechless. Oops, a few too many there. Crikey. Just a pixie and fairy, please. Just a bit of lightness on the, whole scheme of things. We get this card coming out, which really couldn't be more appropriate. As I said before, it does take courage, and it takes courage. Healing. This is the beautiful singer of healing, which in itself is like an ace. It comes down from the divine. It comes down through into every cell in your body. It's given you courage. It's given you strength. But you chose this. Remember that. You chose to accept this. This is intense, Aquarius. Two magicians, the Fool, the universe, Judgment, two aces, Revelation, healing. Healing through some entire experience, not just over past times, but I do get that a particular experience. Excuse me, lovely Aquarius. Oh, where's my microphone? It hasn't dropped off. We get the ace, intuition, emotional center, water. You're working and walking in your own waters here, in your own tidal flows. Very special reading, Aquarius, today for you. And I thank you all so much for joining me, wherever you are in the world. This is a beautiful reading of, I don't really know how else to say it, but really coming out on top after a real struggle within the self. All power to you, my dear friends. Thank you, beautiful Aquarius. Do check out your Venus, Moon, Ascendant, and Jupiter too. If you know what your chart's all about, or what planets you've got signs in, etc., etc. So thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic week leading up to the 11th, this beautiful new moon in Aries infused with passion. And, oh, look, things moving really fast. Okay, Aquarius. Chin chin. Toodle pip.